everyone! I'm here to talk about the Eco Squad Goals Initiative, a project by the Brother Alfred Shields Ocean Research Center of the De La Salle University from the Philippines, funded by UNESCO to celebrate the World Science Day for Peace and Development. The Eco Squad Goals Initiative was inspired by the need for more people to evaluate and change their consumption patterns to lessen the generation of plastic waste, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. For the past month, all participants have been all hands on deck, trying to collect information about their consumption patterns, focusing on the plastic waste generated from online shopping and food deliveries. Our student organizations have been segregating their plastic wastes at home in order to collect critical data needed to assess how much plastic waste a Filipino household accumulates from online shopping and food deliveries during the holidays. If you're curious about the method that we used in order to determine the amount of plastic waste generated by our participants, please check out the video that will pop up here at the end of this one. So, what did we learn? From the data, it looks like the largest amount of plastic waste in number and in weight generated from online shopping and food deliveries are outer wrappings. Outer wrappings are thin pieces of plastic that are used to cover the products that are being sent out for online delivery. This includes manufacturer packaging, see-through plastic products, and even sando bags. As observed by our participants, the primary cause would be the double wrapping done by shippers, which of course do not necessarily protect the product as bubble wrap, carton padding, and styrofoam are also provided. Initially, it was expected that there would be more food-related plastics, such as spoons, forks, and plastic cups that are used to hold food delivery items. But if you look at the standard deviation of our data, wait, what is standard deviation? In simple terms, standard deviation is a statistical value that tells us the variety or fluctuations or variations of the collected data. So going back to our data, if you look at the standard deviation that represents the variation in number of plastics collected per household per week, we actually had some households collecting more than 100 food-related plastics, while there were households that had nothing at all. From reflections and questions asked from our participants, one of the possible reasons why there were less food plastics during the holidays was that families opted to cook from home in order to celebrate the holiday spirit. Interestingly, the average weight of plastic waste generated became larger towards the new year, which was contrary to expectations that they would peak during the Christmas week because of traditional gift-giving and food deliveries for parties. According to our participants, the possible reasons for the aggregation of plastic waste post-Christmas would be the delayed deliveries of Christmas gifts due to the clogging of delivery mechanisms. There were also an increase in online shopping post-Christmas because of the received cash gifts during the holidays. The most striking news of all is that the average plastic waste per household in a month was actually greater than 10 kilograms. And if all 92.1 million Filipino households were to behave this way, this means we can produce more than 921,000 tons of plastic waste per month. This means we can fill up one dump site in just 5 months. We could also potentially poison 2,302,500,000,000 seabirds in a month. And we could also be responsible for 18,420,000,000 dead baby dolphins due to plastic ingestion. Yes, in just a month. Of course, the Eco Squad Goals initiative is just getting started. We want to get a clearer picture of the consumption patterns of a Filipino household so we can better address the plastic waste problem. The Eco Squad Goals initiative will continue, but we are also further inspired by the ideas presented by our 3 finalists during the Eco Squad Goals Grand Competition. In third place, we had the ADMU Environmental Science Society talk about an initiative that showcases how plastic waste is being dealt with here in the Philippines and sustainable alternatives.
Hello, I'm Ika Policarpio and I'm representing the Ateneo Environmental Science Society. So I just wanted to ask you today, how many of us here have participated in Lazada or Shopee's flash deals during 11/11? Or have bought gifts for ourselves, for family or friends, or even indulged in our own compulsive buying throughout this pandemic? I feel like many of us here have certainly done this. And I think this is what we wanted to tackle today. So in our highly digitalized world, online shopping has definitely become the norm in our country. We can ponder on the question, how can we divert the norm of using plastic for online shopping to a more eco-friendly yet also cost-effective solution for both consumers and sellers? So our team believes that education is the key. So now we present our solution, which is Get to Filipino, a nationwide online webinar.
In second place, we had the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Society of Biology students showcasing microplastics and how it can adversely affect both the environment and our health.
Thank you. So, bonjour, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nico G. Samaniego, and with my partner Rica Meiti Valdez, together with a team of PUP Society of Biology students, to present our proposed project entitled Ang Plastic Mo, Microplastics from the Streets to Our Streams. I bet you're excited to listen, then now, let's begin. So, plastics are one of the allies and enemies of the humans and the earth. For that reason, they are nearly impossible to avoid. But there are great things that can much more trouble but are invisible to our eyes. The microplastics. Sounds interesting, right? On that note, our team came up into two solutions which only consist of two words: inform and encourage. Inform the future scientists about microplastics by conducting a school-wide seminar that would raise awareness, and encourage them to pursue researches that would help them to address this emerging issue.
And finally, in first place, we have the University of Asia and the Pacific's ALON that highlights the importance of citizen science in the collection of plastic waste information from different households and ushers it into the 21st century by proposing to create an app.
Here's some food for thought. Filipinos throw away more than 17.5 billion plastics every year, most of which ends up in the ocean. We tend to overlook the general consumption of plastic. For the past month, our team realized that the excessive plastic consumption in our households is definitely prevalent, and with this we thought, how would we be able to make enacting waste management and citizen science efficient and convenient? To start, proper education is definitely the way to tackle this problem. We must level with the current generation through platforms like social media, since this resource is of most familiarity to the most of us, and our app seeks to tap into that potential. Sagip is a hub made for sustainable development that seeks to spark initiative and awareness through being direct.
So that's it for this year's iteration of the Eco Squad Goals Initiative. Once more, we would like to thank our funding agency, UNESCO, and all collaborators within the De La Salle University's Brother Alfred Shields Ocean Research Center. I wonder who could be the next student champions for the environment.